Some of the massacre survivors hold precious photos or mementos that belong to those they lost. Others bear physical scars or painful memories that swirl in their nightmares. A few survived and found the most treasured gift of all, their loved ones. More than 650,000 Rohingya Muslims have fled to Bangladesh from Myanmar since August, bringing stories of atrocities committed by security forces in Myanmar, including reports of an August 27 army massacre in the village of Mongnu. The Associated Press interviewed dozens of survivors of that slaughter and found that many carried reminders of the tragedy with them into exile. Here are the stories of 10. Sign up today for a free 30-day free trial of unlimited digital access. The Associated Press reported this story with a grant from the Pulitzer Center on Crisis Reporting. Shot and left for dead. Mohammed al-Hassan, 18, still bears the scars on his chest and back from being shot by soldiers who tried to kill him. The soldiers entered Hassan's house and tied him up along with two of his brothers. All three were stripped naked and marched to a house where they were forced to kneel, then shot twice in the back by a firing squad. When one of the soldiers noticed Hassan was still conscious, he shot him a third time in the chest. Incredibly, Hassan found the strength to get up and stumble away after the soldiers left. He only received medical treatment 2 weeks later, after being carried over a mountain range and crossing into Bangladesh by boat. When he thinks about leaving his brothers behind, he says, "I burn up inside. Every day I see them." Gunfire and panic. Lee Johar, 32, has vivid memories of soldiers arriving in Mongnu. "I was at home on Sunday morning when they came," he recalls. "They were shooting into the air, and straight into people's houses. It set off a panic. Hundreds of people fled to a hillside compound belonging to a pair of prominent businessmen. But the soldiers came there, too, pointing guns and shouting, 'Get out! Get out!' The soldiers then separated the men and the women, and the massacre began." Johar survived by hiding behind a pair of metal fuel drums. Blindfolded and bound. Mohammed Yaha, 18, saw soldiers tying the hands of men and teenagers behind their backs with nylon rope and blindfolding them with masking tape and headscarves ripped off the women. They put the men on the ground in the courtyard, face down, and started kicking them while they were on their backs, the high school student says. Then, they started hacking people to death with long knives. When Yaha, who was not yet tied up, began running, soldiers fired in his direction. He escaped, but a bullet grazed his arm. Painful memories. Schaefer Rahman, 50, says he will never forget seeing one of the slaughter's first, horrific moments, a soldier hammering a 4-inch nail into the side of a man's head with a rifle butt. "Until that happened, until that moment, I didn't think they were really going to kill anybody," Rahman says. "Women were crying for their husbands, saying, 'Don't worry, they aren't going to do anything, they are just tying them up.'" Rahman, who lost his father, a brother, a 17-year-old son and 2 nephews, also saw soldiers wrapping corpses into orange and blue tarps and hauling them away with push carts.